Many cutie marks are pretty straightforward. Celestia's talent is raising the sun, Luna's talent is raising the moon. However, other cutie marks are a little more cryptic. Now let me clarify what a cutie mark actually is. Yes, it is linked to a pony's destiny, but I think the cutie mark is more than that. I see cutie marks as pictorial representations of a pony's character. Sometimes this picture is literal, but for the most part they hold symbolic meanings. Let's look at Pinkie Pie for an example. Sure, balloons are part of her job as a party planner, but what else do balloons represent? Lightheartedness, joy, fun, things that describe Pinkie Pie to the point. On a more visual level, both Pinkie and Balloon seem to deflate after they've been hurt. I believe the same can be said of Fluttershy. She's pretty great at handling a whole ton of creatures. Butterflies are only a small fraction of those. But if you look at what butterflies represent, fragility, gentleness, you can see Fluttershy's character. Same with Rarity. Jewels are only a portion of her skills. But like Rarity, jewels show beauty, purity, and are also quite fashionable. Now let's look at Twilight and Shining Armors, since they seem to have some sort of connection. First, as I've stated in many videos, Twilight's cutie mark represents her friendship with the other 5, where she's the star in the middle. Now, Shining Armors is interesting. We see the same star being guarded by a shield. But why would his cutie mark have Twilight's symbol on a shield if he wasn't meant to protect Twilight? If anything, you'd think he'd be more focused on protecting this princess, which he has done faithfully, as a knight in Shining Armor should. Maybe protecting Twilight is a job yet to come for good old Shining. For a more literal translation, the shield represents how he's captain of the Royal Guard, and those blue 5-pointed stars can be seen on the front plate of any member of the Royal Guard, representing how he's their leader. We can use this cutie mark translating skill to learn more about the characters of other ponies as well. For example, Silver Spoons comes from the saying, born with a silver spoon in her mouth, which shows that she's been spoiled from birth. Diamond tiaras I find more interesting. Tiaras aren't just a sign of wealth and class, but also a sign of power. She does, after all, have every pony in her class wrapped around her hoofs, but maybe she'd be a good leader, too. I would like to see her eventually become mayor. Besides, she has already been seen in leadership positions. Even my own cutie mark has a cryptic meaning. It's a 16th note, which would indicate that I have a passion for music. But more specifically, it's an 8-bit music note. It looks more electronic. Electronic music is something I love to listen to and compose. To top it off, Derpy. Bubbles are pretty fun, and sort of hollow, if you know what I mean. There are so many more ponies with symbolic cutie marks that I can't cover them all in one video, so definitely be expecting a second part to this in the near future. Once I post that, I'll put a link here. This is the Brony Notion signing out until next Wednesday. Brohoof!